It's that time of year again. Mayor Daley was recently on hand to open the first day of the 2009-2010 school year by ringing the ceremonial bell at the new George Westinghouse High School, located at 3223 West Franklin Boulevard on the city's west side. Westinghouse served as an ideal setting as it is one of 5 new schools to open this year under the mayor's Modern Schools Across Chicago program. Here are highlights from that press conference on Chicago Works.
This is the most exciting day for Mayor here because what we're doing here is the first day of school and ringing the bell. And I just want to thank all the parents and loved ones that are bringing their children to school today. This is the most important day, and every day is important. The first day of school should be every day, and that means in November. That means in December, January, February. Doesn't matter when. And I just want to thank all the parents and all those who have been involved in back-to-school parades and summer activities in the last month, getting all the children excited and the parents. After years of steady improvement, we need to take our schools to the next level if we are to graduate students who are prepared to compete in the global economy and, of course, succeed in life. That's why this year marks a turning point for Chicago Public Schools. What we do or don't do could have implications for years to come. Under the leadership of Ron Huberman, Barbieson Watkins, and Michael Scott and the board, I know they'll keep our schools moving forward. And that's what we do. Every day, every week, every month, we keep moving forward. Yes, there are issues, there are problems, but we have our eye on the ball. They share my deep personal commitment to give every child in every school a good and safe and decent education. Towards that goal, I've challenged them to step up their efforts to keep our schools, our students safe, especially as they go to and from school, participate in after-school activities. As a parent and grandparent, nothing troubles me more than keeping our children safe from gangs, guns, and drug violence. Last week, Ron laid out an important plan to help achieve this. In the next few days, we'll offer even more steps we would take to protect our young people. I've asked our school leaders to better support our neighborhood schools, which are the core of our school system. Neighborhood schools far outnumber any other category of schools that are offered. The vast majority of our students attend them. We have a moral responsibility to help them succeed. When they succeed, our entire school system succeeds. If we fail them, our entire system is destined to fail as well. At the same time, I believe we must create even more options for our students, including charter schools and performance schools. State legislation, which I supported and the governor has signed, gives Chicago the ability to create another 45 charter schools. We must follow up on it. But by creating more charter schools are part of the answer, not the complete answer for how we take our schools to the next level. I've asked our school leaders to hold our schools to an even higher level of accountability and excellence than ever. We must ask more of every student, every parent, every teacher, and every principal. I agree with President Obama, who addressed our nation's students today, that students must accept responsibility for their own education and their future. They must attend school, do their homework, and stay out of trouble. We also must maintain our focus on improving classroom learning, starting learning with the basics of reading, math, and science. We need to better support our teachers and principals, on whose shoulders rests the great responsibility of helping and educating our children. We must do even more to turn around our troubled schools, starting with our high schools. We must reduce the dropout rate, make sure that every student graduates high school, goes to college, and gets a diploma. Also, we must deal more with the feeder schools, the elementary schools. That is the other issue, that every high school has feeder schools, and there must be an ongoing relationship with those feeder schools into every high school in the city of Chicago. Over the course of the next few months, Ron, Barbara, and I will be addressing each of these fundamental challenges. Today, I want to focus on several new things that are happening this year. First, in order to prepare more elementary students to learn in high school, our schools will expand the Read 180 program in 80 elementary schools. The program is designed to improve the reading skills of 6th to 8th graders performing below grade level. Because of the personalized instruction it provides, it is intended to bring students up to grade level in time for their transition to high school. This year, the district will roll out Reading 180 program for 8,000 students. They expect students enrolled in the program to gain up to 2 years of reading skills by spring of 2010. This program is essential if we are to close the city's achievement gap. Now, how does it work? The Read 180 program provides selected students with intensive reading instructions for 90 minutes each day. Class sizes are kept small at 15 to 20 students. During each reading class, students rotate between small group instructions, computer-based practice, and independent reading sessions. Last September, CPS implemented the Read 180 pilot program at 48 schools, and participating students made significant gains. Nearly 30% of the students increased reading levels by a full year or more within 12 weeks. Next, we are opening 5 new public schools today, including the new state-of-the-art school, George Westinghouse High School. This 240,000 square foot 2-story structure includes multiple computer and science labs, 27 standard classrooms along with multiple specialty classrooms, a 500-seat auditorium, a dance studio, a track and field, a 6-lane swimming pool, observation deck, and many other features. Students are participating in the college prep and college to career programs will have available for their use a distant learning lab, a college resource room and labs dedicated to broadcast technology, allied health disciplines, and information systems. We're opening 4 other brand new schools, 3 elementary schools and middle schools. They are Skinner West, Langston Hughes, Jorge Prieto, Irene Hernandez Middle School. Some will ask why building a new school is so important. To me and many others, it's clear. When you open a new school, you give students and staff a fresh start, community greater hope, and of course, an improved learning environment. You provide new anchors, I call new anchors, for the community. Finally, our school buildings, many of which are decades old, are beginning to show their age. The schools we're opening today are schools of tomorrow and decades to come. These openings reflect our ongoing commitment to build and improve schools all across our city. Since 1996, we have invested $5.5 billion in school capital improvements across the city. We have built 40 new elementary and high schools. We've had 885 projects in which we made major improvements to a school worth $1 million or more. We are also opening enrollment and career academies at 12 high schools to students citywide. These academies will provide focused education in a range of areas from information technology to business skills, digital video production to culinary arts. As we move forward, we must give more of our students the option of career learning if they are to graduate prepared to compete in tomorrow's economy. This is an important part of our economic plan for the new economy. Next, I can't overstate the importance of this. For the first time, Chicago Public Schools will be offering breakfast to every child every morning in every morning school in the session. Students must be nourished if they are to learn. Regardless of their economic circumstances, we all know how important it is for a child to have a good start on that day. We've already announced our plans to protect our children, students, and teachers and principals alike from the threat of new outbreak of H1N1 virus. These policies are responsible and are designed at the Center for Disease Control has advised to help prevent the spread of the virus among the student population at large. Again, I want to make it clear to every parent what we are doing all we can to keep our students safe, both at school and after school programs. There is no greater challenge we are facing than keeping our children safe, secure, and learning in the classroom. Soon we'll announce even more of our efforts to protect our children and keep them away from the harm of gangs, guns, and drugs. The first day of school always represents a new beginning. Today, that's more true than ever. We're working to take our schools to a new level of success. We're opening 5 brand new schools. We're taking a major step forward in helping our elementary students and prepare better for high school. We're opening a new career education schools to prepare our students for the jobs of tomorrow.
Many of us have always known that the West Side is the best side. And as a lifelong resident of the West Side community, never have I been more sure of that than I am today. Welcome to the house, ladies and gentlemen, the new Westinghouse. George Westinghouse High School is a name with a great tradition. The legacy of the old Westinghouse is imprinted on the memories of many of us here today. and it is visible within the new building in many of its trophy cases. Legacy and tradition are important, as are the names of such Westinghouse luminaries as Mark Aguirre, Hersey Hawkins, Eddie Johnson. But our focus today is the opportunity to mark the first day of school for 2009-2010, and at the same time celebrate the opening of 5 brand new school buildings, among them this new Westinghouse High School. Thanks to the leadership of Mayor Daley, the Modern Schools Across Chicago program has allowed Chicago Public Schools to open new schools at a time when we have received no state capital money for construction. With the cooperation of Alderman Ed Smith, who incidentally has been a real champion for this building, going to meetings, steering us in the right direction. Latasha Thomas, chairwoman of the City Council Education Committee, who holds our feet to the fire on a regular basis. Where is she? In relationship to making sure that we're equitable and fair. And also, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Alderman Barnett, who never fails to take the time to understand our issues and give us appropriate guidance where appropriate. He's one of the best members of the City Council. Here at Westinghouse, our students will be able to study Mandarin Chinese, learn digital video production, take advanced placement classes as freshmen. At Skinner in the West Loopgate, burgeoning community in desperate need of new facilities, we're blending our heralded classical education program and addressing the local school needs of a growing neighborhood in our city of Chicago. At Hernandez Middle School on the southwest side, we're creating a linear campus, with Sandoval Elementary School across the street to the south and another new high school now under construction just down the block. And here's a really good one, ladies and gentlemen. At Langston Hughes, on the far south side, we have replaced an antiquated neighborhood school with another state-of-the-art building. Now, let me just tell you a second about the school that we're replacing over there, and then a little bit about the new one. I went to that school about 6 years ago, and it was crumbling. It was literally falling down around the young people. We were having some difficulty acquiring the land, but the parents there greeted me in large numbers, pleading that the Board of Education do something about that school, and their prayers have been answered. But in addition to all of that, that state-of-the-art building that is being built with specific accommodations for special needs students from the former Davis Developmental School. And I'm going to go out there as soon as I leave here. But it is truly a remarkable sight to see those children with those disabilities. We always talk about the city of Chicago and what it means to be a Chicagoan, et cetera. But ultimately, we will be judged on how we treat those that are least likely and least able to care for themselves. And if any of you as Chicagoans want to see a sense of pride in what the city is doing, I invite you to go out to the new Langston Hughes School. We have addressed enrollment challenges facing several new schools on the northwest side with a new Dr. Jorge Prieto Academy. All of these new schools fill a particular purpose or niche, but at the end of the day, a building is a building, although granted, these are very nice buildings. What matters is what takes place inside the building. With the commitment of principals like Janice Jackson, and incidentally, Janice Jackson is not just a principal, she's a principal that has gone through the fire. She's a principal who has faced the community and answered their hard questions, and she is their selection. We often talk about the fact that we operate best when we're operating in concert with the community, and she is the very manifestation of that. With the commitment of principals like Janice Jackson here at Westinghouse and dedicated staffs of professionals here and throughout CPS, the new school year will bring with it a renewed commitment to education for our children.
Something that I often talk about is I have the opportunity to talk to school superintendents and school CEOs around the country. We were just talking several weeks ago, and everyone was comparing notes about what's going on for the start of school year. And one of the things that I mentioned was that in Chicago, we're opening up 5 brand new schools in brand new buildings in state-of-the-art facilities. When you look at any major city in this country and you look at what's going on and you juxtapose what the mayor has brought forth for education in Chicago versus any other major city in the country, it is a shocking difference. In other cities, they're not opening brand new school buildings. They're closing existing school buildings. They're slashing after-school programming almost completely. They're ending summer school. They're not enhancing programs. And a lot of that's occurred not because of what the state has done, but not because of what the federal government has done, but what's occurred on the local level. It's been the aldermen working together with the mayor on pushing programs locally that makes things like this happen. And I think what often gets lost in the shuffle is we are often looking internally, but when you look domestically, there's no other city doing anything close to the magnitude of what's going on in education in Chicago, thanks to the mayor's leadership. I'd like to also acknowledge the principal here at Westinghouse, Janice Jackson, who's really done a phenomenal job of working with students, teachers, community, everything she's done to make sure that this school is academically prepared to be one of the city's finest institutions of learning. And through her good work, this school is designed, it's a unique model where it's 50% selective enrollment and it's 50% career and technical education. And it had an aspirational goal of ensuring that 30% of the students who go to this school come from a walking distance within the community. Well, I'm very proud to say that under her leadership, that number is 46% of the students who attend this school are in the neighborhood. And how has she achieved that? She's achieved that in many ways. As the mayor said, she's worked with all of the feeder programs that are immediately around this school. But what you're seeing are students that traditionally might have commuted to places like Lane Tech and other selective enrollment schools who now have an opportunity to stay in their neighborhood and go to the very best school. And I think that's something we can all take a great deal of collective pride in. The beginning of school is a time of excitement and promise where students can be among their peers, they can grow intellectually and socially in a safe environment. The first day of school sets the tone for the entire school year. Mayor Daley has challenged Michael, Barbara, and I to keep our schools moving forward in so many different ways. And we've set an ambitious agenda when it comes to giving every child in every school a good education, a safe learning environment, and new and innovative schools. Like Westinghouse, where they can thrive with the end goal of increasing high school graduation, college enrollment, and gainful employment, our challenge is clear. But our challenge also relies upon the experience and dedication of our teachers and principals. Good teaching and good leadership. We depend on our teachers to lay the intellectual foundation for our students to learn and grow, because they have the greatest impact on driving academic achievement. Today, across the system, more than 21,000 teachers and 630 principals will set that same tone for excellence in all of our schools. We're giving schools more resources and flexibility and tracking more data to strengthen academic accountability across the system. At the core of the Chicago Public Schools mission are a number of measures designed to drive broad gains in student achievement. Grading school performance, providing lots of different educational options, and targeting resources to reward success. 22 new chief area officers have been assigned, many of them recruited from out of state, this school year to lead the charge on strategic support to improving outcomes at our school level. And across the district, we will share the basic fundamental education practices as we prepare our students to learn. Reading skills will always be the foundation for student success in school and in the workplace. Mayor Daley has stressed the importance of preparing our students early on, preparing them to embrace the basic skills like reading. That's why the Read 180 program that we talked about was going from a pilot to a major expansion, even in this very difficult economic time, because it's one of those programs that's been proven to greatly excel students' abilities to read. Under Mayor Daley's Renaissance 2010 initiative, 92 schools are now giving students innovative learning opportunities and exposure to the arts, including 19 schools that have been approved and 5 newly constructed schools like Westinghouse. We are pleased to announce that 12 college and career academies are online this year and will serve as a pipeline for the future workforce of the city. These academies will provide career-specific preparation for students in industries such as health sciences, construction, business, transportation, and as the mayor said, the culinary arts. We absolutely must prepare high school students for college and career success by engaging them in industry-focused technical instruction that supplements CPS college prep core programs. Because when strong vocational learning opportunities are available in a school district, they may help students discover the career path they love and motivate them to both pursue college or pursue any other career. And our students must feel safe in their learning environment, a priority that Mayor Daley has charged all of us with. So as the bell rings, we are here this morning reaffirming our commitment to continue to find strategies to improve learning opportunities for every child so that they can succeed in life in so many ways.